Hello everybody and welcome back to the Rockin' Reaction Rollers. It's Tuesday night and that means we're doing Tammy's 2 for Tuesday, which also means we play two songs that have something in common or could have something in common. The second one we're going to do, before we get into that, because there was a couple things I forgot to say in the beginning of the last one because I got off track, but the winner of the most views for this week is Mary Jo, or MJ on the channel. Her song Eve of Destruction has 697 views, and so there are a couple behind that one too that were in the 200s. So great songs, guys, and great requests, and thanks for sending those in. The more views the better things are. Just to clear things up too, the only songs that we put in that contest are the ones, or your guys' requests. So basically Thursday and Friday nights songs, or if we have a birthday that week from someone on the channel, we'll throw that in also in the contest. But my requests come tonight on Tammy's 2 for Tuesday. So that's what we're in the middle of doing then. One more thing I wanted to say is comments, guys. I haven't even had a chance today to look at comments from last night. I'm sorry, but I'll try to get to them tomorrow because we will not be on the channel tomorrow night. But I'm kind of watching this COVID thing too and kind of feeling a little weird, and so I hope it's not that. So anyway, we're just going to get to the second song. Now, I can't promise that I'm going to be able to play the song. I'm going to do my best. But if it gets blocked, then you won't see this video, period, and I'll have to redo it. So I'm not going to say any more about it. We're just going to get to the second song, and then I'll say in the middle what the twofer is, or what these songs could have in common.
There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying the stairway to heaven. When she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. She's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts misgiven.
I'm going to go on and stop this song. It's like we've got the 8-minute version, but I like when the song gets, it starts rising up and climaxing, or whatever you want to say there, with the song. So I'm going to stop it here because I have to stop it in the middle. It's just part of YouTube's rules or whatever. But let's just get right to it in the middle here. We'll just say, do you guys know what the twofer is? And I know I can't hear you guys answer me. So I'm going to tell you. First of all, I didn't even tell you the name of this band or who sings it. But this is a Led Zeppelin tune, 1971, Stairway to Heaven. And what the twofer is that there's a few chords in there that sound similar in the song that we played a while ago, Taurus by Spirit, and this song, Stairway to Heaven. Now, I can hear it. But there was a huge lawsuit about the song, over the song, and we'll talk about all that too in this song later on. But we're just going to get right back to the song now. We're doing the 1971 Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin.
There's a feeling I get when I look to the west, and my spirit is crying for leaving. In my thoughts I have seen rings of smoke through the trees, and the voices of those who stand up here. Soon, if we all call the tune, then the piper will lead us to reason, and a new day will dawn for those who stand long, and the forests will echo with laughter.
Wow, I loved it, loved it, loved it. And I hope I can play it. Even though I could swore I put it on this channel before. I don't know why I wouldn't have, because I love Led Zeppelin. And this song is supposed to be like, you know, in a lot of places voted the #1 rock and roll song of all time. And around here it's been played a little bit too much maybe. But when I haven't heard it for a while and it comes on, it's just one of those songs that just resonates with me. Just gives me cold chills sometimes. And anyway, I just love the song. I used to say when I was younger that whenever I died, I wanted it played at my funeral. Now that I'm older and I'm a little bit more reserved, I don't know what I think about that, but I used to say that. But anyway, let's get to this here. Okay. This song came off of the band's untitled fourth studio album, commonly known as Led Zeppelin 4. Led Zeppelin were an English rock band formed in London in 1968. The band comprised of Robert Plant, Jimmy Page, John Paul Jones, and John Bonham. With a heavy guitar-driven sound and drawing from influences including blues and folk music, Led Zeppelin are cited as a progenitor, I don't think I said that right, of hard rock and heavy metal. Led Zeppelin evolved from a previous band called the Yardbirds and were originally named the New Yardbirds. Initially unpopular with critics, they achieved significant commercial success with 8 studio albums over 10 years. Jimmy Page composed most of the music of Led Zeppelin's music, and Robert Plant wrote most of the lyrics. During the 1970s, Led Zeppelin reached new heights of commercial and critical success that made them one of the most influential groups of the era, eclipsing their earlier achievements. And so now let's get to the part where the twofer comes in. Okay, so you heard the first song, and unless you've never ever heard Stairway to Heaven before, you can hear a couple notes in there, maybe 2 or 3, and they do it 2 or 3 times, like in a little verse. So at first, when you hear it, I did kind of think, is this going to go into Stairway to Heaven? But it doesn't. But anyway, Led Zeppelin was sued by the group Spirit. And let me get to this point. I'm going to be kind of flopping back and forth. Okay, the lawsuit was filed by a trustee of Randy Wolf, which was also the guy named Randy California. And so it was the late Randy Wolf. And what happened with Randy is he was in the Pacific Ocean, him and his son. His son was struggling. It got in one of those rifts or whatever, I don't know what they're called, riptides. And so while helping his son got back to shore safely, but he did not, and he drowned. But anyway, this is the trustee of his estate, the late frontman of Spirit, which is who Randy California is, or Randy Wolf. The suit alleged that Led Zeppelin's Jimmy Page and Robert Plant stole the opening guitar riff from Spirit's 1968 song, Taurus. And this lawsuit went on from 2014 to 2020. The band became notable in recent years after being involved in a high-profile lawsuit with Led Zeppelin. The introduction of Led Zeppelin's Stairway to Heaven is similar to a section of Spirit's 1967 song Taurus. So in 2008, okay, they started this in what? I don't know. 2008, it was estimated that Stairway to Heaven had earned around $562 million in royalties before streaming became popular. Okay, so then in 2016, Led Zeppelin won the case in the trial. And then 2018, a third judge panel on the Ninth Circuit ruled that the original trial was flawed and ordered a new trial. And then in 2020, the Ninth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeal is upheld the original verdict, and the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear the case. This ended the legal challenge to Led Zeppelin's ownership of the song. Now, does it sound similar? Yes, but we all the time hear other songs. Like there was one night that we were playing. I don't even remember what the other one was, but the song Jane by Jefferson Starship, there's another song that has like that same riff in it. And I think the reason maybe this one stood out so much is because Led Zeppelin, everybody knows the song Stairway to Heaven. If it is the number one rock and roll song, unless you were our parents' age or something like that, never heard the song before, or, that might have been who was on these things or whatever. I do think that there were some similar chords or keys or whatever you call them in there. But do I think that Led Zeppelin them stole them from them? Well, I don't know about that, and not really do I care. They ended up winning after all. But let's see here. There was something else I wanted to say about that while I was reading that. Where'd it go now? Okay, in the 2016 part, okay, let's just go back. Plant and Page of Led Zeppelin claimed they didn't copy the Spirit song, Taurus, for Stairway to Heaven because they didn't remember hearing the song. Plant said he can't recall seeing Spirit perform in Birmingham, excuse me, in 1970 because he was in a car crash. So I guess somewhere it was said that Plant was at their concert, he heard the song, and then he went back and they copied it. But he doesn't remember, Robert Plant doesn't remember, I don't know if he doesn't remember going to the concert, I think he remembers being there, but he had been in a car crash and didn't remember the song. Okay, Page said he had never heard the song Taurus before. So in 2016, the case finally came to court, and the judgment rules that Stairway to Heaven was not intrinsically similar to Taurus. So intrinsically means like a down pat thing, I think, or it wasn't familiar enough for them to be able to do something about it, I guess. Page testified that he had never heard the Spirit song tune before. It was totally alien to me, he said. So anyway, cute. They won it after all those years. And gosh, sometimes when you're reading about stuff like this, you get a little bit of fan fiction in there, so I have to watch where I'm going with it. So hopefully every bit of that was what really happened. And but that was the twofer, and that's the reason I told all that, was because of this. So regardless of what we all think, I really don't think that they took it from him. And if they did, like I said, I think it was just that Stairway to Heaven is just such a great song and everybody knows it. And if you don't, so you could pick those chords out really easy in another song, even though that song came out first, if that all makes sense. Anyway, guys, we're going to go for the evening. I'm starting to not feel very good, so I'm hoping I'm not getting this COVID. But anyway, if I'm not on for the next couple nights, you'll know why. Won't be on tomorrow night. For those members, be sure to get those requests in. There's just a couple of you left. And Alan, I don't know where you've been lately. I'm shouting out to you. I'm kind of worried about you. Maybe you go somewhere on the holidays, and I think you did this last year, so maybe you're on some kind of vacation somewhere, I hope, having a good time, someplace where it's warm. But let's pray for our family, our friends on the channel that live out there northeast. There's all kinds of things going on. Before I got on the channel, there was news about a shooting in Maryland, so I know there's people on the channel that are from there, so and all the snow you guys been getting, and then this insurance guy, the drones, I don't know, there's been all kinds of things going on out that way. So the rest of us need to be praying. We all need to be praying for each other, and 'tis the season, so we all need to be a little nicer to everybody. Anyway, be sure to tell those people that you love them each and every day. Be sure to hit subscribe and be sure to hit like on the way out. And we're going to go see you back hopefully Thursday night, and peace out.